You're a successful woman. You've done all the things. You've reached the high level of corporate America. You've owned a business or two. You have income. You feel like you've checked your boxes. Maybe you've even raised a family, launched some kids, helped support parents. There's a million ways you're showing up in midlife. And even though you're doing the things that you know you wanted to do, somehow there's a major disconnect. And anymore, you wake up and you are in a state of misery. You don't even recognize the life that you thought you wanted to be the thing that is now doing any single thing for you that lights you up and brings you joy. And if this is you, then hi, my name is Jen. I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness. I'm a transformational purpose coach and expert. And what I do is work with women just like you. And I know you because I was you at 40. And so what I vowed to do was create a different experience for women who are in this position in midlife. They know they want to revolutionize themselves, who they are, and they want a different narrative than just living in a state of midlife crisis. And they're ready to lean in. They're tired of the bullshit. They have the strength and power to do something different for themselves, and they're just not exactly sure how to do that and where to start. What I do is help you get deep clarity around where you've been, where you want to go, and how the hell you're going to get there. Step by step, we work together using the foundation of my clinical practice of over 20 years with my very favorite healing modalities and things like energy work and meditation. And we come together and create a really beautiful journey in my 5-step process where I walk you through reconfiguring who you are and really getting in touch with your purpose and legacy in the here and now. And maybe that's just shifted because what worked at 20 and 30 doesn't work so much necessarily at 40. So we are going to get that all straightened out for you and get you moving into the next second half of your life, right? This next right step. So listen in. Today, we're going to be talking about receiving. And receiving can be a really tricky piece for women, right? Whether it's a raise or a gift or a compliment or success. We're going to talk about how to receive that more fully. So I asked my community, I was like, listen, what do you struggle to receive? And a woman said, I struggle to receive my success as it is. When I look at year end and I go back and I'm looking through all that I've done to evaluate and look at the next year, I'm paying attention to the vlog that I didn't write, or that one committee that I was going to join and I didn't have time. And I was blown away. This woman in particular is a family lawyer and she is so badass. When I tell you this woman is changing people's lives every freaking day, it's not an exaggeration. So even someone in that high level kind of position wonders about her success. Not that she's not doing things, but did I do all the things? Did I do all the things? And can you receive the gift of your success? So listen, we know in midlife we're juggling about 9 million things. Am I right? All the balls are in the air. And sometimes, I know just recently I told a friend, my analogy was I feel like I was on a high wire juggling like 9 balls and trying to make sure that everything was functioning. Have you ever had that experience? I think most of us would say, yeah, I've been there. And despite the fact that I could look back over my year and say, I maybe made X amount of dollars, and maybe I wrote my first book, or I created this incredible practice, and I hired 2 new staff, whatever it is, when we sit down and we start looking at the things we didn't do, I want you to reframe the way that you see that. Success is what we make it, just like midlife. So if you're sitting down and you have this judgment about yourself and you're like, I didn't do that blog. Well, here's what I would say to you. I want you to look at your value set. Because I'm willing to bet if you dug deeply and you said, look, I didn't do that blog, but wow, I had a parent who was ailing. My partner had a health issue. I faced a really tough time because I was going through menopause. And it was hard for me some days to get out of bed. All of a sudden, if I look at my values and I go, Really interesting. My kid was struggling with college, or your adult child. Maybe they're going through divorce. Maybe you were. And you're all pissed at yourself because you didn't write a vlog. What I would say to you, my friend, and I want you to really lean into this. Success is about the way that you honor your values. And I'm going to speak from personal experience this minute, which is I'm going through a really tough time with a parent who is in hospice. We're in the weeds as a family, so to speak, right? We've got all this shit going on. And I have big dreams. I've got big things to do. And so it would be really easy for me to slip into that space. Oh, Jesus, Jennifer, you didn't post that video that week. Oh, Jesus, Jennifer, you missed your freaking subscriber email that week. Oh my God, this is a crisis. You didn't take care of X, Y, and Z. But you know what I did take care of, my friends? My dad. And my sanity. And so I'm willing to bet that if you looked long and hard at your successes for your year and you found some pieces that didn't come together the way that you wanted, I'm willing to bet that you were honoring some kind of value that you have elsewhere in your life. Maybe it is your sanity. Maybe it was something that you needed to do extra for a child. There's so many valid reasons why we don't necessarily get to every single task. And I want to be loud and clear that I do not in any way, shape, or form see that as a failure. To me, that is success. Success is trying our best to balance all of the pieces of our lives and have high-level jobs, or own a business and be an entrepreneur, or be a really successful lawyer or doctor, whatever it is. So I just think that we need to be able to receive the gifts of our success and define success for ourselves rather than the shit that we see around us. And oh my God, the very first vlog I talked about with Receive was giving yourself space and grace. These are all tied together. If you're showing up in that state and you're doing your year-end review, I'm coming up to mine. I'm coming up to my plan for my next one. I get you. I get you. And I also just want to say, I am willing to bet that if you look at your value and you don't just break down success by the number of tasks that you completed, and you give yourself that ability to honor the parts of your story where you had to shift, you had to move a little to the left or a little to the right, and you had to kind of auto-correct, you had to adjust, that you were doing that for really important reasons. And sometimes that is just because it's what we needed. And really honoring that, really honoring your needs, respecting yourself, that is success. So if we get stuck in viewing success from a term of tasks and or always money, there's a million ways to identify with success. I really want to invite you in midlife to look at the robust nature of all the shit we face and add in grace and space to honor yourself, to know that you are showing up in so many ways and making such an incredible contribution to the world, right? Like my friend who's this incredible lawyer. She is making a contribution and legacy in a way that is like trailblazing. So that vlog you didn't write, that email you didn't send, that month that you had to take off because you were losing a parent or had to have a hysterectomy, it doesn't mean it's a failure. It means that you were honoring another piece of your journey and you were giving yourself the space that you needed. So I just want to leave that here, because as I listened to my friend talk about that part of her journey, I was like, oh my dear, I think you've missed so much magic that you're giving. And if that one thing didn't get done, it's okay. It'll be there. And you chose values of things in your life, in your world, that took precedence some of the time. And that is beautiful. So I just want to encourage you to sit in that and how you define it for yourself. Create a different relationship with success, right? We got to create a relationship that's different with every single parts of our lives. And so sometimes it's midlife and sometimes it's success. And to me, when I see midlife women doing incredible things and all the things that they juggle, I have so much respect. I have so much damn regard because I know what it takes to juggle all of these pieces and to stay sane at the end of all of it. So if you're doing all of that and you are still living in your legacy and moving forward in your purpose, and you are doing the thing that you set out to do to set the world on fire, that is a fucking success. So I just want you to move outside of that space, outside of the list of things. It's a great thing to make a plan, and it's also can feel like a curse because at the end of it, if we didn't check every box, we can judge ourselves. And that's such a travesty because there's so much beauty and goodness that you're putting in the world. Give yourself the space and grace to recognize and honor the amazing shit you're putting in the world. It can wait. And if you are honoring your value set, taking care of yourself and your family and the other things you need to do in your life, that is an absolute success in my book. So I invite you to renegotiate how you see it. All right, let's have a different relationship with success in the middle of our lives than the one we had when it was task-oriented and lists and all these things. We can be bigger than that. And I think that's actually more beautiful than I do someone who lives in a vacuum, because none of us do. We're all doing that same work. And I value my family and I value my friends and I value my sanity. So that's going to take some of the time that I've got. And it might mean one thing doesn't get done. And it still doesn't mean that I'm not successful. So I wanted us to have that conversation because it really struck me, and I thought, I know there are women out there that struggle to receive their success in its totality without having that gaslighting or judgmental component of something that may have been missed. And I want you to really honor and celebrate all of the things that you bring. You are a gift to this world. What you do and who you are is exactly what the world needs. And when you are living into that, even at 75% capacity, perhaps it's 60, perhaps it's 50, you are still doing exactly what you were meant to do. And to try on that grace and space. Okay, my friends, blessings, love, and light. Oh my gosh. This is such a big topic for me. And I'm so passionate about it. So what I would love to do, if you are in a space of feeling like this is kind of a struggle for you, I really want to invite you to step into a call with me where you and I can get together, sit down, go through this, and talk through how to have different relationships with aspects of your life, right? Sometimes we just can't see the forest for the trees. That is why coaching is available. So if you'd be interested, I would love to hop on a Rise for Purpose call with you. 45 minutes to an hour of your time. Guarantee you're going to walk away with something. Also guarantee I'm not going to hard sell you anything. It is a conversation. I always walk away wiser spending time with a woman, even if it's not turning into a contract of some kind, a piece of work. I will always learn something from you. And I know that I'm always going to try to give you the very best that I can offer you as well. So please reach out to me anytime. Let me know if you'd like to hop on a call. And I'd love to do that with you to support you in this mindset and developing a different relationship with your midlife, with success, and what that looks like for you. So my friends, I send you blessings, love, and light. This is Jen supporting you on your rise, on your path to purpose, and supporting you in revolutionizing midlife for the best second half you can possibly have. Take care, everybody.